We've arrived in La Palma, the next stop on the A628 cruise, and one of the excursions available is a trolley train and walk. When you arrive at the port in La Palma, just follow the blue line and it will take you straight to the city centre. Santa Cruz was founded in 1493 and was always closely associated with wine, which made it a great place for pirates to come and loot and pillage. In 1553, the French pirate Leclerc came here. He was also known as Pegleg. The reconstructed city has become a heritage site, famous for its Renaissance buildings. If you follow the blue line, it takes you to the tourist office. Number 4 on the walking tour on the Calle Real is a house owned by one of the richest families in Santa Cruz. Unfortunately, it's covered in scaffolding at the moment, but I'm sure you'll find it. It has temporary art exhibitions. We're in the Salazar Palace, and this palace was visited by Don Juan Carlos and Dona Sofia, the King and Queen of Spain, for the inauguration of the exhibition of Galileo telescopes, and now it has an Anne Frank exhibition. We're in one of the state rooms in the Palace of Salazar. It's amazing what you can find when you look. This is the town hall, which was originally destroyed by French pirates and was reconstructed in 1949. This must be where they have their official meetings. Follow me to the Plaza De Espana. The statue in the middle of the square is of Manuel Tíez Hernández, who was a local priest. The Church of El Salvador was one of the few buildings to survive the pirates. The ceiling is a mixture of Moorish patterns and Christian symbols. The Plaza de Vandal was named in the 16th century after the Antwerp-born Pablo Vandal, and there's a great statue here. The statue is called Lo Divino and is dedicated to the traditional groups of singers that sing here at Christmas time. What a great statue. On the way up to the market, there's a beautiful shop that sells scented oils. This is the municipal market, small but perfectly formed. Down from the square in Santa Cruz, there's a little street with what they call typical balconies, and they're absolutely beautiful. It's worth looking up. It's amazing what you can find when you look. Near the end of the street tour, number 17 on the map, is St Catherine's Castle. This present construction of the Royal Castle of St Catherine was raised after the disappearance of the first castle, which stood further north and closer to Las Nieves ravine. La Palma is an area of mountains, volcanic beaches, forests, there's a tiny rainforest and breathtaking views. Up this street there is a Naval Museum, and behind me is a reconstruction of Christopher Columbus's ship, the Santa Maria. Interestingly, it's made out of concrete and painted to look like wood. The Naval Museum can be found underneath the ship. Entrance is €4.50 and there's a small exhibition inside. We're going to leave the ship and we're on our way to Castillo de la Virgin, and it might be a hill climb, we'll see. We've crossed the road, we've come up the hill, and we're following this road round to the castle. You can come to the castle via the gardens, which you see there, but it's up some steep steps. This is the Castillo de la Virgen, which, excuse my Spanish, was built for staging the Diálogo entre el Castillo y la Nave, a traditional work staged during the festivities in honour of Our Lady of the Snows, held every 5 years. Wow, there's a fabulous view of the whole of Santa Cruz from here. In 1820, a merchant, José Gabriel Martín, built the ramparts and the storehouse at his own expense, equipping it with 21 small iron cannons for the battle with the ship for the Marian salutes. When you get to the Castillo de la Virgen, it's not a huge climb. There's not a lot to see, but there's a stunning view and there's no entrance fee. There's no shortage of interesting pavement cafes and tapas bars here. Over the main entrance of the convent sits a replica of a sundial made back in 1721 by the Irish wine and salt trader Theobald McGee at his own expense. Next to the church is the Island Museum, and the entrance is €4. Designed as a courtyard for the Royal Convent of the Immaculate Conception, founded by the Franciscans in 1508, the San Francisco Square hosted during 5 centuries the most important religious celebrations. La Palma is the least visited and least well known of the Canary Islands, but I have to say that Santa Cruz, with its winding cobble streets, is absolutely charming, and it's got the volcano you can visit, which we will do in another film. I'd recommend it. Here's another little cruise tip. You don't need to bring your own iron, and even better, you don't need to bring your own washing machine or tumble dryer, but you might like to bring some washing powder. Another cruise tip, you've no need to ask where the table tennis bats are, they're at the side of the table. So we've got our tickets for our city tour, also our cable car tickets. I think we're set for the day now. At the top of the cable car is the Tropics Gardens, which costs €12.50 to go in, and then up here is the toboggan ride. This amethyst is stunning. This is bus stop 12. Cámara de Lobos is where Winston Churchill spent a lot of time painting. So this is the second highest skywalk in the world, after the one over the Grand Canyon. And another thing worth mentioning is it's free.